to the supply. Okay, so let me share the PPT with you, and then we will start the discussion or interaction. Thank you. Mm, okay, tell me, guys, is it visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
But I'm not getting the option of pen and ink. Okay, let me stop sharing and again reshare. Okay, here we are already done with the definition of supply and all, and today we are going to discuss about the expansion of supply and contraction of supply. So when we were studied the expansion and contraction in the demand itself, the definition of expansion and the definition of contraction are exactly same. Matlab, if the due to change in price, if the supply is increased, then it is called as expansion, the way we have defined it in the law of demand. And vice versa, if the due to change in price, if the demand is decreased, then it is called as contraction. That's it. This is a simple way how we can define the expansion and contraction. Now let's understand on the graph with the respective of quantity supply. Here itself, if the original price is P and if we are creating the demand at Q, but when price increases from P to P1, supply also increases from Q to Q1, having the another interaction point. Let's call it B. When we joined A and B, we get this supply curve. But here we have observed that supply has been increased only due to the change in price. Therefore, this increase is called as expansion in supply. Demand में we used to draw like this क्योंकि there was an inverse relation between price and demand. But in supply, there is a direct relation. Therefore, as price increases, supply also increases. Is that clear? And when supply increases only due to the change in price, it is called as expansion. Now let's look at the other side, that is contraction. When price decreases from P1 to P, from P1 to P, automatically the supplier lowers the supply from Q1 to Q, that is from B to A. And when we draw the supply curve, we come to know that supply has been decreased due to only change in price. And that is the reason such situation we are calling it as a contraction. Is that clear to you guys? Any question in expansion and contraction?
No, ma'am.
Same concept, just the supply curve has been changed. Now let's go to the next, that will be increase and decrease in supply. Let me quickly revise the definition. When the supply of goods or services increases due to factors other than price. What will be the factors? Whatever we have seen the determinants of supply, which are other than price. The factors मतलब the determinants of supply other than price, और उनकी वजह से अगर supply बढ़ गया, we will call it as an increase in demand. And how we can show it? If this is the original supply curve, at price P, we are creating the demand of Q. But due to change in technology, now the manufacturer is able to produce more goods and supply more goods with no change in price. Matlab he is able to now supply more goods due to change in technology. Maybe he is changing from the semi-automatic machines to the fully automatic machines. But the price of the good will be same. So at such point, when probably when if he is supplying say Q1, we will have the new interaction point of price and new quantity. And if I draw the supply curve on this point, we will observe now we are getting the new supply curve, that is S2, due to increase in supply because of factors other than price. So when there is increase in supply curve shift to its right. Matlab new supply curve will be on the right side of original supply curve. Any questions in increase in demand? पक्का समझ में आया?
मैम एक बार फिर से
बताओ. Okay. You know guys, this is P. At the price P, we are supplying this quantity, and this is a point of intersection on the original supply curve S1. But क्या हुआ? Due to change in technology, पहले हम शायद सेमी ऑटोमेटिक मशीन्स यूज कर रहे थे, अब फुल्ली ऑटोमेटिक मशीन्स यूज कर रहे हैं, एंड दैट इज द रीजन देयर इज increase in production. As production is higher, now manufacturer can supply the goods to its wholesaler more than the earlier capacity. So there was no change in price. The price is constant. Am I right? But due to the change in the technology of production, now we are able to manufacture Q1 बात समझ में आ रही है? पहले क्यों ही सप्लाई कर रहे थे, अभी क्यों वन सप्लाई कर सकते हैं. So when I have joined this, we got a new supply curve, which is point B. So if there is an increase in supply, and how it is located, the new supply curve is on the right hand side of the original supply curve, on the right hand side of the original supply curve. Is that clear now? The same way we were showing for the demand. This is the original demand. If demand is increases due to the factors other than price, हम यहाँ पे right hand side पे new demand लिखते थे. Same way ये original supply curve है. Supply change हुआ, supply बढ़ गया. Though there was no change in price, we will draw another supply curve on the right hand side of original supply curve. Now is that clear, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Now let's go to the decrease in supply. जो जैसे increase बताया, same way decrease, but now we are working on fully automated machine. We are manufacturing quantity Q. Suppose we are manufacturing the pharmaceutical, Ayurvedic pharmaceuticals, Ayurvedic medicine with the fully automated machine. So this is point A. But कुछ earthquake जैसी situation हो गई हिमाचल में, and the supply of herbs, which is our raw material, is reduced. ऐसा हो सकता है, right? प्राइस सेम है, बट जो हम रॉ मटेरियल यूज करते हैं, हर्ब्स, जड़ी बूटी, उसका सप्लाई ही कम हुआ, क्योंकि जहां से वो जड़ी बूटी आती थी वहीं पे हर अर्थक्वेक हुआ. सो पूरे एक वीक रॉ मटेरियल आया ही नहीं. उसकी वजह से क्या होगा? प्रोडक्शन कम होगा. उसकी वजह से सप्लाई इन द मार्केट विल गो डाउन. मतलब प्राइस चेंज हो गई? नहीं जी, बिल्कुल नहीं, प्राइस तो सेम है. फिर भी रॉ मटेरियल नहीं, उसकी वजह से सब प्रोडक्शन नहीं, उसकी वजह से सप्लाई नहीं. And that is the reason the supply will decrease from OQ to OQ1. And if I draw the perpendicular to the price, I will get the new intersection point of B, and this is the new supply curve. मतलब showing the decrease in the supplied quantity than the original supply curve. मतलब ये हमारा original supply curve है. जब हम decrease दिखाते हैं तो decrease कहाँ पे आएगा? On the left hand side. Is that clear to you guys?
Yes, ma'am.
पक्का? अभी आप एक काम कर सकते हो, एक फुलस्केप पेपर लो, 2-sided, तो मतलब सामने सामने वाला, पेज नंबर 1, पेज नंबर 2. वहां पे क्या करोगे? ऊपर लिखोगे डिमांड, इस साइड पे लिखो एक्सपांशन एंड कॉन्ट्रैक्शन. यहाँ पे उसके फिगर्स निकालो. यहाँ पे लिखो इंक्रीज एंड डिक्रीज. यहाँ पे उसके फिगर्स निकालो. नीचे के पार्ट में लिखो सप्लाई. सेम वे यहाँ पे एक्सपांशन एंड कॉन्ट्रैक्शन, यहाँ पे इंक्रीज एंड डिक्रीज. मतलब आपके 4 शॉर्ट नोट्स 5-5 मार्क्स के सिर्फ एक पेज में आप याद कर पाओगे विद द हेल्प ऑफ द ग्राफ, और आप कंफ्यूज नहीं होंगे. Is that clear? This is the way, this is a trick how you can remember the short note of expansion and contraction in both the cases, increase and decrease in both the cases. Is that clear to you guys? Hello? Hello guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Now let's go to the next quickly थोड़ा रिवाइज करें, MCQ सॉल्व करेंगे क्विकली. That someone is listening the lecture while traveling in the train. I'm really glad. But just can you mute yourself? Yeah, person who is traveling in a train or a bus, please mute yourself. I'm really appreciating you that you are taking immensely efforts to attend the lecture. Thank you. Now, let's solve the MCQ. An increase in the supply of goods is caused by increase in a supply. Matlab, we have to look for the factors other than price. Can you can you tell me the answer? किस वजह से
A.
increase in supply was exactly A, absolutely right. Improvement in technology. Contraction of supply is the result of contraction and expansion ड्यू टू चेंज इन प्राइस. तो कैसी प्राइस चेंज होगी, अपवर्ड या मतलब इंक्रीज होगी या डिक्रीज होगी? व्हाट इज द करेक्ट आंसर? कॉन्ट्रैक्शन ऑफ सप्लाई कब होगा? जब प्राइस चेंज होगी. बट इंक्रीज जब प्राइस होगी तब कॉन्ट्रैक्शन होगा या डिक्रीज प्राइस होगी तब कॉन्ट्रैक्शन होगा?
डिक्रीज.
मतलब
Decrease.
सीढ़ी
B.
B.
Ma'am, B.
Decrease in the
Decrease in the
decrease
price of
price
the
of
good
good.
consumed. Correct. When supply curve moves to the left, tell me. अब भी मैंने आपको समझाया. When supply curve moves to the left,
A. Smaller supply at the given price.
सही बात है. Decrease in the supply. Absolutely right. When supply curve moves to its right,
Supply increases.
again a supply increases. Absolutely right. So it means you have understood the concept in very well manner. Now let's talk about elasticity of supply. Same equation, सिर्फ डिमांड की जगह हम कैलकुलेट करेंगे इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ सप्लाई को. ये गलत हुआ मुझसे. हेडिंग मैंने गलत दे दिया. यहाँ पे सप्लाई देना चाहिए था. Now what is the formula? Percentage change in quantity supplied divided by the percentage change in price. जिन लोगों ने डिमांड का इक्वेशन सॉल्विंग मिस किया, उनके लिए खास फिर से मैं आपको समझाती हूँ. क्या है? सपोज ओरिजिनल प्राइस इज P and original quantity is Q, quantity supply. If due to certain thing, if the price changes from P to P1, quantity supply will also change from Q to QS1. Therefore, change in price is equal to P1 minus P and change in quantity will be QS1 minus QS. यहाँ तक समझ में आया? This is situation 1, this is situation 2 जो changed है. Now let's put this thing into the equation. Change in quantity supplied divided by quantity supplied. मतलब QS1 minus QS divided by original quantity that is QS into 100 क्योंकि percentage निकाल रहे हैं हम. Divide the whole thing by the change in price. मतलब P1 minus P upon P into 100. 100 get cancelled. अभी A वेरिएबल डिवाइडेड बाय B वेरिएबल दिखाने का एक अलग तरीका भी रहता है. A into inverse of B. ये डिवीजन दिखा रहे हैं हम. We can show it into the terms of multiplication. This is basic maths. So how we can show it? QS1 minus QS divided by QS into इसका क्या लेना पड़ेगा हमें, इनवर्स लेना पड़ेगा, मतलब P divided by P1 minus P. But we know QS can be denoted by delta Q and this thing denoted by delta P. So delta Q upon QS into P upon delta P. Now let's make together delta delta terms. So we can write it as delta Q upon delta P into P upon QS. That's it. This is the simplification, or this is a justification of the formula of the elasticity of supply. लेकिन हमेशा याद रखना है, the formula is percentage of change in supply divided by the percentage change in price, and this is how we can derive the formula. Is that clear? ये हमने पहले भी सॉल्व किया है, सिर्फ S की जगह वहां पे D लिखा था, that's it, क्योंकि हम डिमांड सीख रहे थे. Any questions, guys? हेलो जी.
No, ma'am.
ओके, चलो क्विकली सॉल्व करें. The elasticity of supply is defined as, बोलिए. अभी कॉमन सेंस है, वी आर टॉकिंग
Okay.
अबाउट द सप्लाई, तो ये डिमांड वाला तो गायब ही हो जाएगा. And
That will be
elasticity we are measuring with respect to price, so without change in price doesn't matter. So the correct answer is A. Absolutely right, beta. Now go for the second.
percentage change in price.
percentage change in price.
जो बाकी का A, B and D है ना, that is related to the demand. So the correct answer of 84 is a percentage change in price. Now 5. हमने डिमांड सीखा था, तो प्लीज यूज द कॉमन सेंस. अभी आप बताओ.
Ma'am, 85 for
Elasticity
A.
of हाँ,
Ma'am, A.
yes, when elasticity of supply is 0, इसका मतलब यही हुआ, कुछ भी प्राइस आप करो, 10 रखो या 100 रखो, सप्लाई तो भाई उतना ही होगा. सो परफेक्टली इन इलास्टिक सप्लाई. एब्सोल्युटली राइट बेटा. नाउ लेट्स गो टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. चलो बताइए.
Ma'am, relatively. Okay.
रिलेटिवली
Elastic supply.
मोर या लेस, इट्स ग्रेटर देन 1.
Ma'am, more.
एग्जैक्टली हमने वहां पे सीखा था when, सिर्फ अभी डी निकाल कर एस लिखना है. इलास्टिस elasticity of supply with respect to price is equal to 0, then we will call it as a perfectly inelastic. Am I right?
Yes,
If
ma'am.
elasticity of supply with respect to price is equal to infinity, we will call it perfectly elastic. इसी वजह से मैंने आपको कल कहा था कि प्लीज गो थ्रू द कंसेप्ट ऑफ इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ डिमांड अगेन, इंक्रीज एंड डिक्रीज, एक्सपांशन अगेन, क्योंकि सप्लाई में सब कुछ वही है, सिर्फ डिमांड की जगह हम लिखते हैं सप्लाई. नाउ नेक्स्ट हमने सीखा था इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ सप्लाई. अभी डी के जगह में एस लिख रही हूँ, दैट्स इट. विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू प्राइस इज इक्वल टू 0. इसको हम क्या कहते थे, कुछ याद है?
Ma'am, unitary elastic supply.
Correct. Unitary elastic demand. Unitary elastic demand. उसके बाद हमने टाइप सीखा था इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ सप्लाई विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू प्राइस व्हेन इट इज ग्रेटर देन 1, देन रिलेटिवली
relatively elastic supply,
more elastic supply. It's more elastic. When elasticity of supply with respect to price is less than 1, we used to call it as
relatively less
relatively
elastic.
Relatively elastic.
less elastic. Please take the snapshot of this screen. This is a summary of the graphs we are going to look. Please take the snapshot of this screen. So we can start with the actual graphs of all these types. Are you done, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, chalo. Now let's start understanding all this concept with the help of graph. अभी आप ही मुझे समझा सकते हो. We can solve. Let me check whether we can solve this right now or not. Actually, we can solve this. Okay, let's solve MCQs this first and then go to the graph. Elasticity of supply refers to the degree of responsiveness of a supply of goods to the change in its अभी आपने
Price.
answer
Ma'am, price.
price, correct. If the price of computers increases by 10%, the supply increases by 25%. कैसे निकालेंगे हम? We know the formula percentage of change in supply divided by the percentage of change in price. Now
A,
tell me
2.5.
2.5, absolutely right. कैसे किया? 25% divided by 10%. It's 2.5. So answer is A. An increase in number of seller of bikes will increase the
Price of the bike.
how?
The price of a bike.
How? प्राइस कैसे बढ़ेगी? प्राइस नहीं बढ़ेगी. पहले
Demand for the bike.
डिमांड कैसे बढ़ेगा? डिमांड इज फ्रॉम
Supply for the bikes. See,
एग्जैक्टली. क्यों? ये क्यों? सपोज पुणे में पहले ऑडी का एक ही सप्लायर था. And he used to make an order to the manufacturer of around 25 Audis. जैसे 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 डिमांड बढ़ता गया वैसे वैसे लोगों ने ऑडी का शोरूम लेना शुरू किया. ऑडी सबको अभी 25 हर महीने ऑडीज तैयार करके भेजता है. When there was only one supplier, Pune used to get only 25 Audis per month. But जैसे जैसे नंबर ऑफ फ्रेंचाइजीज बढ़ते गए, अभी पर मंथ ऑडी कितना सप्लाई करती है अपने शोरूम ओनर्स को? इन टोटलिटी 100. मतलब when the franchisee increases, supply also increases. बात समझ में आ गई? So the correct answer is the supply of bikes. If the supply of bottled water decreases, other thing remaining constant. नहीं, ये बाद में करते हैं. ये नहीं आएगा अभी आपको, ये बाद में करते हैं. चलो now let's go to the type of supply elasticity. पहली तो बहुत ही theoretical है भाई. Perfectly inelastic supply मतलब suppose original price is P, we are creating or we can being a seller, we are supplying the quantity Q. जैसे हमने बात की. एकदम से शॉर्ट टर्म में कोई भी सप्लाई बढ़ा नहीं सकता. इन शॉर्ट टर्म सप्लाई इज कांस्टेंट. In short term, if price increases from P to P1, still being a seller, we are able to supply only Q quantity only. So irrespective of change in price, there is no change in supply, and that is the reason we are calling it as a perfectly inelastic supply. Mathematically, we represent it by elasticity of supply with respect to price is equal to big anda 0. Any questions? मतलब perfectly elastic inelastic supply या demand का कर्व कैसा होगा? पैरेलल टू y एक्सिस ही होगा, क्योंकि it is representing the inelasticity. Is that clear, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions? I guess this is very easy for you now. Now let's go to the next. Unitary elastic. When the price is increasing from P1 to P2, say by 10%, at the same time, the quantity supplied is also increasing from Q to Q1 by showing exactly change of 10%. So if we calculate the elasticity of supply with respect to price, what is the formula? Percentage of change in supplied quantity divided by percentage of change in price. And here, the percentage of change in price is 10%, just divided by the percentage of change in price, coming to it as a 1. And that is the reason we are calling it as a unitary supply unit elastic, which is elasticity of supply with respect to price is equal to 1. बात समझ में आ गई आपको सबको?
Yes, ma'am.
राइट. उसके बाद है perfectly elastic supply. मतलब there is no change in price, still supply is increasing or decreasing or increasing at any proportion. Without change in price, supply is increasing, and that is the reason we call it as a elasticity of supply with respect to price is equal to infinity. It can increase up to the infinity. Now it's clear, guys? Easy?
Yes, ma'am.
अभी बहुत इजी लग रहा होगा ना, क्योंकि डिमांड जब हम सीख रहे थे तब ये सारी चीजें हमने सीखी थी. Now let's look at the relatively more supply and relatively less supply. Now when the price is increasing from P to P1, suppose this price has been increased say by 5%, the quantity is also increased, the supply of quantity is also increased, but it has been increased more than the price change. Probably the quantity of supply has increased by 7%. So now how we can calculate the elasticity of supply with respect to price? Again, percentage of change in quantity supply divided by percentage of change in price. इसका मतलब है if it is 7%, जैसे मैंने अभी लिया quantity supply, let's divide it by 5%. So what is the elasticity of supply with respect to price? It's 1.4. मतलब when the responsiveness of quantity is greater than the response with the change in supply, we will call it as a relatively greater or relatively more elastic supply. So in that case, we will show it as elasticity of supply with respect to price will be always greater than 1 when it is more elastic. Is that clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah. Now let's go to the next graph. that is relatively less elasticity or less elastic supply. So what we can see, when the price changes from P to P2, when it is increases, of course law of supply will be applicable, will be followed. The quantity is also increased, but the quantity of supply is increased at a lesser percentage than the change in price. Matlab, if the price is increased by 10%, probably the quantity supplied has been increased by 8%, that is less than 10. Now let's calculate the actual elasticity. So elasticity of supply with respect to price will be percentage of change in quantity supplied divided by the percentage of change in price. So how we can do it? 8% divided by 10% is coming to as 0.8. Matlab, when the supply is relatively less elastic, it will be always less than 1. Is that clear, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Pakka nahi? Now I want to discuss a very, very fantastic term. Then I will put this MCQ before you, and then I will like to request you to solve this 87, 88, and 89. But before that, I want to discuss the concept of equilibrium, and which is very fantastic concept. क्योंकि we think about the seller, we think about the seller and the consumer simultaneously. आपको हमेशा लगता होगा ना कि when we purchase say Cadbury is available at 10 rupees. I'm talking about the basic Cadbury, or 20 rupees. I'm not talking about that silk and all. If the Cadbury is available at 20 rupees, have you questioned yourself ki why I should pay 20 rupees only? Why should not 15 or why should not 25? कभी ऐसा सवाल पूछा खुद को? When you are purchasing the bike, why should I pay 65,000 rupees for such a bike? Why not 40,000? Why not 80,000? कभी पूछा खुद को? The answer is in the concept of equilibrium. Now let's see how everyone thinks. When the original price is P, seller is supplying 100 units, while there is a demand from the customer of 650 unit. When price increases from 20 to 30, seller will follow the law of supply and will increase the demand from 100 to 200. But at the same time, in the same market, consumer will follow the law of demand, and he will observe that price has been increased, so he will decline his demand from 650 to 400. Further, if still price increases from 30 to 40, then seller will again follow the law of supply. As price increases, supply increases. So supply increases from 200 to 300. Seller will push the supply. But at the same time, consumers will also observe that price increased. So he will again decrease the demand, and ultimately he will demand only 300 products. And this is a situation where if you observe that seller has supplied the exactly same quantity which is demanded by the consumer. Both are following their own laws. Seller is following the law of supply, consumer is following the law of demand. But at the price P, eventually both has come to such a level where seller has exactly supplied the same quantity which is demanded by the consumer. And such a price where we are getting the equilibrium of quantities due to the operation of law of supply and law of demand, we call this price as a equilibrium price, where equilibrium price where quantity supply is exactly equal to the quantity demand. The price at which quantity supply is exactly equal to the quantity demand. Is that clear to you guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Now,
Yes, ma'am.
now let's put this into the graph. ग्राफ में कैसे निकालेंगे मैडम? वेरी सिंपल, एज यूजुअल क्वांटिटी हम लेंगे एक्स एक्सिस पे, प्राइस लेंगे वाई एक्सिस पे. तो 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60. Let me put the quantity into 100, 200, 300, 400 and 500, 600, 700. Now let's draw the supply curve first. At the price 20, the quantity supplied is 100. मतलब at the price 20, the quantity supplied is 100. Right? So here I will take the point. Then at the price 30, the quantity supply is 200. So the another point is this. Then at the price, no, wrong हुआ क्या? नहीं, सही है. At the price 40, the quantity supplied is again 300. Then at the price 50, the quantity supplied is 400. So the point is here. And at the price 60, the supply is 500. So there will be this. So if I join this curve, I am getting the supply curve for the seller. But simultaneously, I have to draw for the demand curve as well. So again, let's draw the demand curve with respect to the graph. At the price 20, there is demand of 650 unit. So here is the point. At the price 30, the demand for the products is 400. So let's draw the point here. At the price 40, the demand for the product is 300. At the price 50, the demand is 225, somewhere over here. At 60, the demand is 100 over here. And if I join this curve, I am getting the demand curve in the market. But there I come to know that demand curve and the supply curve are operating simultaneously, and this is a point, or this is a price of rupees 40 where demand and supply are exactly equal. So this point is called as equilibrium. Equi, same, or this is also called as point of equilibrium. Okay, Any questions on the equilibrium price? Equilibrium
No, ma'am.
price is
No, ma'am.
where quantity demand in the market matches with the quantity supply. That's it. Simple. Any questions on the graph?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
समझ में आया?
Yes.
Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this graph quickly. जैसे मैंने अभी 2 मिनट में ग्राफ निकाला. Please draw this graph in your notebook immediately and try to figure out, मतलब identify the point of equilibrium. Please draw this graph in the notebook immediately. You are having 2 minutes. Just let me know once you are done with the graph.
Done, ma'am.
Done? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I hope you are done. Now, what I'm doing, I am putting the MCQ of elasticity, and now I'm expecting from you today, forget about 89. Don't solve 89, but at least solve 87 and 88. Are you done with this, guys? Solve किया 87 and 88. What is the answer of 87? Yes, guys. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the answer of 87?
1.
Exactly. The answer is 1. And what about 88?
1.5.
1.5. Absolutely right. So come on. 20, 45 and 46. जल्दी solve करो. एंड आप एमसीक्यूज की चिंता बिल्कुल मत करना. मैंने खुद बहुत सारे पेपर्स निकाले हैं एमसीक्यूज के. So I'll send you all the things.
A.
Which of the following statement about price elasticity of supply is correct? The price elasticity of supply is a measure of how much quantity supplied of a good responds to a change in price of that good. Price elasticity of supply is computed as a percentage of change in quantity supplied divided by the percentage of change in price. ये भी सही है, ये भी सही है. Price elasticity of supply in the long run would be different from that what the short run. ये भी सही है. So the answer is all of the above. चलो next.
मैम infinity.
पैरेलल टू y एक्सिस है, मतलब ये y एक्सिस है तो उसको पैरेलल है. इंफिनिटी, इज इट राइट आंसर? Your supply curve is parallel to y axis. समांतर, in Marathi we call it as a समांतर.
Equal to 1.
1 कैसे होगा? यूनिटरी है, इट्स 0 ना. प्राइस कुछ भी हो जाए, देयर इज नो चेंज
मैम
इन
it will
प्राइस.
be 0.
हाँ, इट्स अ परफेक्टली इनइलास्टिक. अभी तो किया ना हमने, सिर्फ उन्होंने वर्ड चेंज किए. पैरेलल टू y एक्सिस मतलब परफेक्टली inelastic. So elasticity of supply with respect to price is equal to 0. Now this, the supply of goods referred to.
A. Actual production of POD.
It's D. Amount of goods offered for a sale at a particular price per unit of time. टाइम भी मैटर करता है ना, हमने डिमांड में भी देखा था. प्राइस भी मैटर करता है. एंड एक्चुअल अवेलेबल क्वांटिटी मतलब प्रोडक्शन प्लस स्टॉक, that is available quantity which is offered, which can be offered for sale. ये छोड़ दो, ये कंजम्पशन के है, ये छोड़ दो. 71 सॉल्व कीजिए. चलो बताइए क्या आंसर है.
D.
C.
It's C. Absolutely right. Producers plan to sell during a given time period or given price. D इसलिए नहीं है क्योंकि it's talk about demand. People are willing to buy and we are talking about the quantity supply. So the answer, the correct answer is C. So here guys, today we are done with the law of supply. Tomorrow we will have hands-on on the forecasting techniques of demand, which is expected in your syllabus. The syllabus approach is very theoretical, but I will try to make it practical so you can easily understand how it is correlated. Is that clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll see how actually we can forecast the demand. And जो मार्केटिंग स्पेशलाइजेशन करना चाहते हैं उनके लिए तो बहुत ही ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक है, क्योंकि हाउ यू कैन सेट द टारगेट और व्हाट विल बी योर नेक्स्ट ईयर परफॉर्मेंस, ये हम फोरकास्ट कर सकते हैं. सो इवन दो even those who are working in marketing department or who want to pursue MBA in marketing, please attend tomorrow's lecture and understand how the variables can be used for forecasting your sales. Is that clear to you guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so on this note, I am concluding today's lecture, and good day. And one day there is a one gentle reminder that you guys are not solving the practice questions, because yesterday I was checking the folders of my Google Forms. Only Omkar Jadhav had solved the questions very in very good manner, and I'm not having files from the other people. So please start solving as early as possible, क्योंकि आपकी एग्जाम कभी भी डिक्लेयर हो सकती है, तो तब आपको हड़बड़ी हो जाएगी। इसलिए अच्छा है कि अभी से डिसिप्लिन्ड स्टडी करना शुरू करो। आप में से बहुत सारे लोग वर्किंग भी है, तो उनके लिए मेरा सजेशन है, जितना ज़्यादा स्टडी आप स्टेप बाय स्टेप करते जाओगे, जैसे सिलेबस खत्म होता है वैसे आप, मतलब जैसे मैं भेजती हूँ तुरंत 2 दिन में कर दो, तो एंड में आपको टेंशन बिल्कुल नहीं आएगा। It's again humble reminder, please solve the Google form, upload the images, solve the MCQs, right? And Omkar, are you there?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
And you have solved in a really good manner, and keep this tempo. Good beta.
Okay, ma'am.
Keep it up.
Thank you.
Okay. Chalo. So on this note, let's conclude today's session, and in the evening, we will again join for the managerial accounting, where yesterday we have seen 3 adjustments, how to do the adjustment, and today also we will complete other 3 adjustments. So eventually we'll complete our first problem on final accounts. So let's join in the evening. Thank you guys, and good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye bye.